Working hard? So how's he doing?
He went to bed a little while ago. He's asleep now. Mr. Chairman, do you think he's...
Well, let's wait and see for now. The dark hour is approaching.
That's all the time we have for this week. Be sure to tune in again next week. KG out.
Totally.
The preceding program was brought to you by Carito Electronics, bringing you the future. At the sound of the tone, the time will be 12 o'clock a.m.
He's still sleeping. The dark hour occurs every day at 12 midnight. You could say it's the hidden hour. During this time, an ordinary person transmogrifies into a coffin and is oblivious to all that occurs.
Then he must be...
As you can see, he's retained his human form. He's asleep, but he's definitely experiencing the dark hour. The only question that remains is whether or not he has the potential. Although, he must. If he didn't, they would have preyed on him by now.
Scary.
In any case, we should continue to monitor him for a few more days.
Yes, sir.
I feel kind of bad, though, spying on him like this.
Welcome to the Velvet Room, my dear young man. My name is Igor. I am delighted to make your acquaintance. This is Elizabeth. She's a resident here, like myself.
Pleased to meet you.
This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. It's been years since we've had a guest. Only those who have signed the contract can enter this place. Henceforth, you shall be welcome here in the Velvet Room. You are destined to hone your unique ability, and you will require my help to do so. I only ask one thing in return: that you abide by the contract and assume responsibility for the choices you make. Hold on to this. Till we meet again.
Man, gotta lay out the drinks before going to bed. That was a freaky dream. Feels like you had a strange dream. However, it's time to go to school. Enough with the phallic-nosed people. We got the dream. Enough about the phallic-nosed dream guy. Onwards to school. What's up, man? Today is the perfect day. The sky is blue. We're young. What more could we ask for? You're full of energy. Of course, dude, listen to this. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to say anything. Sorry, man. Thanks? Gee, so rude telling us, just getting all hyped up and not telling us jack. Ahem, I am, Edokawa Sensei. Ikoda Sensei, there we go, Ikoda. I'll be teaching you classic literature. I'll be teaching you about good old Japan all year. Some people say classic lit isn't relevant to everyday life, but oh, how they're wrong. The students, the other teachers, wrong, wrong, wrong. Nobody really understands classic lit. Okay, so here we have the option to sleep and increase our status, but we're always still great, so fuck that. Or stay awake and get an extra academic boost. Always stay awake until you have mastered your maxed your academics, because academics takes the longest to master. And we're going to be studying every night, so it takes a while. Stay awake. Hey, are you all listening to me? Wake up, children. Now open your textbooks. First on the syllabus is Issei Monogatari, the origin of Japanese literature. It's a very interesting story. You youngsters might call it the bomb. Heh, I can tell you people are zoning out. God damn, so awkward. And there goes our academics. Woohoo! What do we have here? Sad to go home with Yori-san. So there is a grace period, by the way, at the end of the year. Or at the end of the... Not the end of the year. There's like a month or two in which we have access to just do whatever the hell we want. So, if you don't master a social link when I do, don't worry too much about it. You should still be able to do it by the end of the year. So you should still be able to get the max social link done. Just try your best to do what I do. And get rich. You need a lot of yen.
How is he?
The same as last night.
Very interesting. Even those who have the potential tend to be unstable at first. Memory loss, disorientation. But this subject is rather unique. He hasn't exhibited any of the common symptoms.
But we're treating him like a guinea pig.
I understand your concern, but it's imperative that we recruit new members. I heard he's your classmate. Wouldn't you be more comfortable working with someone from the same grade?
Yeah, I guess. But still.
Command room. Is that you, Akihiko?
You're not gonna believe this. This thing is huge. Unfortunately, I don't have time to talk. It's chasing me. I wanted to let you guys know. I'm almost there.
Does that mean he's bringing that thing here?
Mr. Chairman, let's suspend our observation for now. We'll prepare for battle.
Right. Be careful.
Akihiko!
Senpai!
I'm all right. Get ready to be surprised. It'll be here any second.
This is no time to joke around.
It's one of them, Akihiko?
Yes, but not an ordinary one.
Ah! What the? You've got to be kidding me!
Mr. Chairman, please head for the command room. Takuma, go upstairs and wake him up. Then escape out the back.
But what about you two?
We'll stop it here. You led it to us, Akihiko, so I'm afraid you'll have to fight.
Like I had a choice. What are you waiting for, Yukari? Go!
I'm going!
I kind of want to point something out here real quickly. Either Yuki likes to sleep in his uniform, or he heard a loud commotion outside, like a loud bang. People running around decided, well, let's get up and get dressed. Either way, otherwise he'd be wearing his pajamas, which I honestly would have preferred if they did that because a little more realistic. But then again, I'm a weird fuck, so. Sorry, Takaba-san, continue.
I don't have time to explain. We have to get out of here now. Hurry, downstairs. We'll leave through the back door. Wait. Take this, just in case. Okay, let's go. All right, we should be safe now.
Takeba, do you read me?
Yes, I hear you.
Be careful. There's more than one enemy. The one we're fighting isn't the one Akihiko saw.
What? Let's pull back.
What are we gonna do? They're downstairs! Do you have no choice but to go further up? Yeah? That usually happens when people are chasing you. Whoa! What are we gonna do? Run. Keep going.
What was that? It's getting closer. Keep moving, hurry!
Oh yeah, if we go through here, we'll be on the roof. Yeah, we'll be safe there.
I think we're okay for now.
FYI, one of the best cutscenes in gaming history is about to pop up. I love this cutscene. It's what solidified this game for me when I first played it.
What? Those monsters. We call them shadows.
Go on.
There.
Wait.
Persona.
Thou art I, and I I am thou. From the sea of thy soul I cometh. I am Orpheus, master of strings.
As we suspected.
What on earth is that?
Gods, I love that cutscene. Alright, so I'm going to explain a few things quickly. First, the sudden swell of power has subsided. Orpheus regained its original form. Okay, now this is where the my mythology geekness comes out. First and foremost, Orpheus is my favorite Greek mythological character. He is awesome. So I'm going to explain a little bit about him real quickly, and his design in this game. Okay, first and foremost, Orpheus was a Greek musician, a bard, and he was very well known for his abilities. He's even a part of the Argonauts, so pretty cool about that. Orpheus' skill with the lyre, which is the harp, was so great that he could actually control plants, rocks, basically animals as well, just by how beautiful he could play his lyre. It was believed that he was either the son of a king who did it with a dust elf, not dust elf, damn it, wrong game, a dusk nymph, I think it's dusk, one of those two, dust nymph. He did it with a nymph, basically, and she gave birth to Orpheus. That or Orpheus's father was a god who did it with the same nymph. Either way, he's fully human. His abilities were legendary though, and he eventually fell in love with a mortal human, I believe it was, and she may have been a nymph as well, named Eurydice. And he became just absolutely obsessed with her, and they eventually were engaged to be married. However, on the day of her wedding, a local man saw her, found her just as beautiful as Orpheus did, and went, you know what? I'm going to have some of that. Doesn't care if she doesn't want it, I'm going to have some of that. And so he chased her through a field. Unfortunately for her, she was bitten in the heel by a snake and died instantly. Orpheus, completely grief-stricken when he found his dead fiancée, just started playing these depressing songs, went basically full-on emo. And it got to the point that one of his best friends looked at him and went, Orpheus, I know you're sad, someone help you out. If you go to this location, you can find an entrance to the underworld. If you can go down there and convince Hades, you may be able to get your wife's soul back. And he was like, okay. So he wandered went to the entrance to the underworld and started wandering through it, all the while playing his sad song. Spirits got out of the way, Cerberus got out of the way, basically anything that got in his way that heard his music became so grief-stricken, they just parted and let him through. Eventually, he came across Hades and Persephone at his, I guess, throne. I don't know how to put it. And Orpheus pled his case, basically saying, I loved my wife, she died before her time, please would you let me retrieve her soul so she may live a full life. And Hades went, no, she's dead, her time has passed, she stays here. Orpheus, depressed, started playing his lyre, and just singing a sad song for Hades and Persephone. Hades was actually moved by this. Now, I want you to keep something in mind. Greek gods were basically raw emotion. They were... how do I put it? Let's take the example of love, for example. No person falls in love, they're in love, that's good. It's a strong emotion. A god falls in love, they will destroy the planet to keep that person safe. They take basically whatever emotion you have and multiply it by 50. That's basically a Greek god. So when a Greek god says no, you have a better chance of moving a mountain with a straw. And yet, Orpheus is literally the only Greek figure in all of the Greek mythology to make Hades change his mind. Make a Greek god as stubborn as Hades, who is stubborn even among the Greek gods, change his mind. So he goes, okay, fine. I'm moved by your song. I'm very sorry. I'll make a deal with you. You may have Eurydice back, but you must turn around and leave the underworld. You cannot turn back even for a second, and you may never be allowed to return down here until you die. And if you're able to leave the underworld, you will have your wife back. You have to trust me when I say that she'll be following you behind you. Orpheus, overjoyed, smiles and goes, thank you, turns around and leaves. Now, as he's walking out, he can hear the shuffling behind him, and, he's like, oh, she's there, I'm so happy. And as he gets closer and closer to the exit, though, he starts getting worried. What if Hades is lying? What if when I get out, he seals the exit and I can never see Eurydice again? And as the light gets closer from the exit, he just eventually just can't bear it anymore and turns and looks. And as he does, he sees Eurydice for a second, and boom, gone. Hades drags her back to the underworld. And he is never able to be with her again because of this. Now, he gets even more depressed after that, if you can believe it, and starts walking around depressed, swears off that he'll never ever be with another woman ever again. Some people even believe that he becomes gay because of this and is the originator of homosexuality. There even was a cult dedicated to him that were filled with a bunch of gay people. And they worshipped him as the patron saint of homosexuality. But that's besides the point. He goes on a few other missions with the Argonauts and whatnot, but eventually, as he gets into his later age, he is sitting down playing a sad song, and a bunch of women who are followers of Dionysus, who is the god of wine and parties, find him. And they go, hey, you're cute. Let's have an orgy. And Orpheus goes, no, I can't. I swore after my wife died, I would never be with another woman again. Stunned, they go, wait. You are keeping a word to a dead woman and not sleeping with us. We are all virile, beautiful women, and you're rejecting us because of a corpse. And he goes, yeah. And they go, no. Maybe you didn't hear us. We're a group here. Beautiful women. Let's have an orgy. And they go, no. And eventually, they get really angry at him and start throwing rocks at him, breaking branches off of trees and start trying to beat him with it. But as he sings his song, the rocks will actually curve out of the air and avoid him, and the tree branches bend and avoid, and just so they can't touch him. So these women, they get even more angry, throw down their sticks, throw down their rocks, run over to him and start ripping him to pieces, and eventually throw his head into a lake, which finds its way to the island of Lesbos. Now, his head is still singing this entire time, because he's, not fully human. And eventually Ares, I believe it was, hears the song and gets sad, sends Mercury down and has his head buried. Which is good because in Greek beliefs, you cannot enter the underworld unless your body is buried. So, a part of it, at least his head is in the underworld. Now let's get to the design for Orpheus here. As you can see, he is very dedicated to the bard thing. He has the giant lyre on his back, plus a speaker in his stomach. What is interesting, though, is his head, which is actually the only organic piece of him, which ties into the mythology, and the red scarf representing the blood and stuff like that. So, Orpheus is awesome. This is my favorite persona of this game. And I'm done. I'll explain the other thing that we saw later on when we get the ability to actually... I get to the point where I actually can explain that. Anyway, let's go. You obtained a new persona. Well, I only have one, so...
Is it over?
Bring it! Now we get a fight. Hey! Okay, so we can choose to use our persona, which only has bash, or we can do physical attacks. Boom! Dead. But since this is an easy mode, I'll pretty much be able to kill them with one hit. If you hold down... Oh, you don't get that. Later on, we get the ability to do a rush, which I'll explain later on. Yeah. Alright, here is our status screen. We have the results. We gain 24 EXP, which is enough to level us up. Okay, so... later on, we get the ability to fuse persona, which allows us to create new ones, stuff like that. It also gives us access to new persona from shuffle time, which we'll get to later on. The level of the persona that we can get is only equal to our character level. So let's say we're fusing two persona together, and we can fuse a level 30 when we're level 29. We won't be able to get that level 30 because we're not level 30. The same holds true if we are in a shuffle, which we'll get to later on. If we are level 29 in the shuffle, we see a persona that's level 30, we can't get it because we're not high enough. So, yeah. I think they won't even appear in the shuffle unless we are that level, which again we'll get to later on. So yeah, our persona equals to the persona, our level equals to the persona we can have. However, I will say this: if you have a persona that you can fuse that is level, let's go with this, 29, and you gain an EXP boost thanks to social links, it levels up past level 29, you'll still be able to have that persona. That is literally the only way to have a persona higher than your level, is by having it level up past you. But you'll still have it, and it'll still be good. And then our persona levels up. Now, with our other party members, their level is equal to their persona level. I'm going to explain all of this real quickly as well. So basically, we don't have to worry about their levels. If you want to check it out, we can just check out their persona. They only have one. We have multiple. So we have two different levels, our level and our persona's level. Now our stats, however, are equal to our persona's level. As you can see, we have strength, magic, endurance, agility, and luck. These are Yuki's current stats. So his stats are 2 strength, 3 magic, 2 endurance, 4 agility, and 2 luck. So strength, physical attack, magic, magical attack, endurance is how much damage you can take. Agility is if you can dodge attacks, and luck is if you can dodge. God, what are they? Instant death spells, which I'll get to in a second. It also increases your crit rate. At the top, we have our weaknesses and strength lists. From the left, we have slash, which is with the dash, which means we take normal damage from it. Next, we have bash, we take normal damage. Pierce, we take normal damage. Now onto the magic stuff. We have fire, which is called Agi in this game. We're normal to that. Ice, which is Bufu, normal to that. Electricity, which is Zeo, we're weak to that, so if we get hit by a Zeo spell, we take extra damage and get knocked down. We have to be careful with that. Next is Wind, which is Garu. And then the two unique spells, Light and Dark, which are Hama and Mudo respectively. These are unique in the fact that they are insta-death spells. Hama is guaranteed kill you if you get hit by it, same with Mudo. And since we're weak to Mudo, we do not want to get affected by that. We still have a chance of dodging it, even if we are weak to it, but it has a higher chance of hitting if we are weak against it. If we're strong against it, we can resist it, and if we're just immune to it, we can just nullify it entirely. So keep that in mind. Anything else I want to say about that? No, not really. Oh, let's do this. Each of the spells have a own leveling system to it. If you see Ma in front of it is an all spell. For example, Agi, normal spell. Maragi is a fire on everyone. Then it goes up to the mid level, which is what was it? Lao? Something like that. Agi Lao, which is medium damage. Maragi Lao, Then Dyne, which is its ultimate form, which does heavy damage. There are severe damage spells, like Ragnarok, which is the ultimate fire spell. So keep an eye out for stuff like that. But generally, the higher level Persona will have access to those ones, like Fonterey, Niflheim, and Ragnarok. Those are 3 of them. And let's see if I can remember them all. Ragnarok Fire, Niflheim Ice, Thunder Rain Lightning, Garu is Fonterey. I can't... Oh, Samsara for a light, and Die For Me for dark. There we go. Alright, so we learn Agi. Next one is Tarunda, which we'll get to later on. That's a buff spell.
Are you okay? Oh, come on. Say something.
Are you alright?
Can you hear me? Please. Answer me!
Like I said earlier, by the way, I apologize for all the talking for this. I'm only going to be doing this for this set, the explanation stuff, so hope you learn quickly, because I'm not going to say it ever again. Well, I'll probably reference it, but I'm assuming you'll know what I mean.
It's so nice to see you again. You became unconscious after awakening to your power. It's nothing to worry about, though. So just relax. By the way, I see that it was Orpheus that heeded your calling. That power is called a persona. It may take some time to fully comprehend. A persona is a facet of your personality that surfaces as you react to external stimuli.
Okay, I'm going to pause real quickly right here and say something. I love psychology, and this is the psychological definition of what a persona is. Persona is an actual term in psychology. It is Latin, I believe, for mask, and it is literally how you react to external stimuli. Basically, it is the face you wear in front of other people. A prime example of this is you would not act the same way with your lover as you would a parent. And if you would, you have some strange Oedipus complex that I don't want to get into. Or, Freudian symptom that I don't want to get into either. FYI, Oedipus wanted to fuck his mom. Sigmund Freud believed that all female children wanted to fuck their dads, except for his daughter, who was perfect and pure and would never do that. Ever. I'm sorry, I love psychology. So, yeah, that's pretty much what this is. I love psychology, like I said. So this game is just mythology, Japan, Persona. It's like tailor-made for me.
You can think of it as a mask that protects you as you brave many hardships. That being said, your power is still weak. When you use your persona ability, you must channel your inner strength. The ability evolves as you develop your social links, your emotional ties with others. The stronger your social links, the more powerful your persona ability. Please remember that. Now then, time marches on in your world. I shouldn't keep you here any longer. Next time we meet, you will come here of your own accord. Until then, farewell.
Lovely. Your mind is getting clearer. You wonder how long you've been asleep. You feel someone's presence beside you. Kirijo-senpai, Kirijo-senpai! Wow, the 17th, fuck. Fuck! Not you.
You're awake. How do you feel? Thank goodness you finally came to.
Bitch, don't ignore me. Why are you here?
How much sleep do you need? It's been a whole week. I was so worried about you. You saved my life, you know? So I couldn't just leave you here. The doctor couldn't find anything wrong with you. He said you were just exhausted. But you kept sleeping and sleeping. You know how worried I was? I'm sorry I couldn't do anything. Even though I was supposed to protect you, But your power... It was amazing. You mean the shadows? They're what we're fighting against. And the power you used, we call it persona. We'll explain everything later. I'm sorry I didn't tell you before. I wanted to tell you that I'm sort of like you. My dad died in an accident when I was little. My mom and I aren't exactly on good terms. You're all alone too, right? To be honest, I already know about your past. But it didn't seem fair, so I wanted you to know about mine. It was back in '99. There was a big explosion in the area. Supposedly, my dad died in the blast, but nobody really knows what happened. He was working in a lab run by the Kirijo group. So, I'm hoping that if I stick around long enough, I'll find out something. That's why I'm going to Gekukan High, and why I was there when this happened to you. Of course, I panicked and wasn't much help. It was my first time fighting them too. I'm sorry. You wouldn't have to go through all this if I wasn't such a coward. Thanks. But still, here I am telling you all this the minute you wake up. While I was waiting, I thought to myself, I've been hiding so many things from him. As soon as he wakes up, I'll tell him the truth. So, thanks for listening. I've been wanting to share that story with someone for a long time. Alright, I'm gonna get going. I'll let the others know you woke up. Take it easy, okay? Be a good patient. And don't hesitate to call the nurse. I'm sure she'll take good care of you.
I bet she will.
Bye!
Well, that was a nice little hospital visit. So we skipped a lot of that month, or that week, which is pretty nice. Takeba-san, how you doing? Morning, you seem to be doing pretty well. Yeah, I'm alright. That's good. Hey, sorry to hit you with this first thing in the morning, but Kutsuki-san wants to talk to you today. Come to the 4th floor of the dorm after school, okay? Don't forget. Don't worry, I will. Oh no, Sensei. Alright, that's enough about mammoths. I don't see the big deal, they're just big elephants. Huge elephants. And that wraps it up for the Stone Age. I'm tired of the lessons about stones. I'd rather talk about the Sengoku era. Japanese history is not that exciting until then. So, I'm paid to do this, so I've gotta. It's tough being an adult. Next is the Jomon period? When did the samurai get their day in the sun? Let's ask a question at random and call it a day. Hey, Junpei. What was the style of houses in the Jomon period called? Huh? How am I supposed to know about something way back then? Yuki, what the heck is he talking about? Alright, so we can take a quick guess into what he was talking about. So, we have, he was talking about mammoths, so it's pretty early, pretty late in the, that time frame. But it is well past the time of caves, because mammoths were around the same time the pyramids were. Shocking, I know. But they didn't have elevated houses yet. So, mud huts. That's correct, mud huts were built by digging a hole in the ground and supporting the roof. It's no use, I can't get interested. I want to get to the age of katanas, everything else is so dull. Hey, I answered right! And I don't get any credit? Oh well, thanks Yuki. Yuki told Junpei the answer. He's really smart. So yeah, educated guess type deal. Seems to be discussing something important at the dorms today. You decided to go home early. Yeah, fuck that shit. Let's go through the mall. Ah, God, it's lag. Stop it! Okay, everything seems fine now. That was annoying. Apologies, that happens sometimes when I'm recording for really long periods of time. And I can't really stop because of cutscenes. Alright, off to the 4th floor. First, let's do our quick saves. Alright, let's do our week save. And our day save. I know it's a bit annoying to do it this way, but it really does help out in the end. Oop. Alright, let's get going. Let's actually use the pisser. Alright, everything seems fine. So I noticed the hiccup again. If he keeps it up... Is it gonna keep up doing it? Let's see. I'm gonna reset my recorder, guys, so I will be right back. That's getting really annoying.